Okay, imagine this. You have just 100 hours. That's it. 100 hours to unlock the secrets of a lost ancient civilization. Well, today, we're boiling down an absolutely epic adventure into the Mayan world. We're talking remote temples, deep underground tunnels, and even one of the seven wonders of the world. So, let's dive right in. Our journey kicks off at a temple that is 2,000 years old. Now, just to give you some perspective, this thing was already ancient when the Roman Empire was at its peak. It's this colossal stone monument just being swallowed by the jungle. And believe it or not, this is just our starting point.
And that quote right there, it tells you everything you need to know about this expedition. The team got access to places that are totally off limits, even to most archaeologists. They were stepping into chambers that have been sealed for centuries, heading into the real unknown. So, yeah, the clock is ticking. This was never just some casual tour. It was a high-stakes race against time to uncover as much as humanly possible before their 100 hours were up.
And talk about an ambitious mission, right? They had to explore a massive abandoned city, go down into what the Maya considered the underworld, and then cap it all off at one of the most famous structures on the entire planet. It was a true archaeological marathon.
The expedition's first major stop took them straight into the heart of the mystery, inside a massive 2,000-year-old pyramid.
Okay, so this is what's so wild about Mayan architecture. They didn't just tear down their old temples to build new ones. Nope. They just built bigger, grander ones right on top of the old ones. It means the deeper you go inside the pyramid, the further back in time you're literally traveling. It's like a time capsule made of solid stone. And buried deep inside those ancient layers, they found some truly incredible stuff. First, this amazing statue of the corn god, who was a super important Mayan deity. But the real showstopper was this. A 1,000-year-old funerary mask. It belonged to a king from the powerful Snake Kingdom, and it was meant to protect him on his journey into the afterlife. I mean, seriously, this question just hits you, doesn't it? An artifact this important, something that should be behind 6 inches of glass in a museum, was being held by an explorer deep underneath the jungle. It's just a crazy reminder of how raw and real these discoveries were.
But look, a single temple, no matter how grand it is only one piece of the puzzle. These pyramids didn't just exist in a vacuum. They were the centerpieces of huge, vibrant cities. So let's zoom out a bit and look at the actual civilization that built all this.
Get this, at its height, over 100,000 people lived in this city. A bustling metropolis with roads, palaces, markets, the whole shebang. And now, it's completely gone, just swallowed by the jungle. The scale of it is almost impossible to wrap your head around when you're standing there today. And this just illustrates that contrast perfectly. What was once this flourishing hub of human life, packed with people and incredible art, is now just this quiet, overgrown ruin. You can almost feel the ghosts of that great civilization everywhere. So what did 100,000 people do for fun back then? Well, they had this very intense form of entertainment called pits. It was a sacred team sport and actually one of the very first ball games in all of human history. The goal was pretty simple. Get a heavy, solid rubber ball through a super high stone hoop. The catch? You couldn't use your hands. But here's the kicker. The stakes were literally life and death. The captain of the team that lost was sacrificed. Yeah, talk about pressure to win. All right, so from the ball courts of the living, the expedition takes a turn down into the realm of the dead. Because for the Maya, caves weren't just caves. They were sacred portals, gateways to the underworld. These underground worlds were everything to them. They believed that all of humanity originally came out of a cave, and that deep inside was a sacred rock formation called the Tree of Life that literally held up the sky. Exploring these places was a spiritual journey, and it was so dangerous that eventually they needed oxygen tanks just to keep going. So imagine this. The team is pushing deeper and deeper into these chambers where the air is getting thin and hot. They're getting to the absolute end of the tunnel. But what they found waiting for them, well, it wasn't treasure. It was basically the cave's final boss, a spider they described as the largest in the world, just guarding the final impassable section of the cave. That's a pretty clear sign that maybe some secrets are meant to stay secret. The team, very wisely, turned back. And for the grand finale of this 100-hour journey, the team traveled to the absolute crown jewel of the Mayan world, the Temple of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza, one of the modern 7 wonders of the world.
Now, this place is obviously famous for being huge, but it's also got this hidden secret. It's an acoustic miracle. The Mayans engineered it so perfectly that if you stand at the base and clap just once, the echo that comes back sounds, well, it sounds exactly like a laser beam. It's just wild, a true testament to how sophisticated they were.
But the biggest mystery of all was at the very, very top, inside a secret chamber so revered that no one is allowed to climb up to it anymore. So, using a drone, the explorers tried to finally answer the question, what is inside that room? And after all that buildup, all the adventure, the big reveal was nothing. The secret room at the top of this world wonder was completely empty. It's such a powerful and honestly kind of heartbreaking anticlimax. But why? While the answer is a tough one, and it's found in history. About 500 years ago, Spanish conquistadors arrived here. They looted the temples, taking the gold, the artifacts, all the treasures. So that empty room isn't a sign that nothing was ever there. It's really a silent memorial to all the history that was stolen. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. This entire whirlwind expedition, the mask, the lost city, the journey to the underworld, all of that happened in just 100 hours. It just makes you wonder, right? If you can uncover all of that in just a few days, what other secrets, what other entire cities are still out there, hidden beneath the jungle, just waiting to be found?